So today I'll be talking about the Kuakini acquisition, which really is truly transformational for the company. So this acquisition will allow us to take giant strides to become a gold producer in the very near term, which is our objective. So we signed a binding agreement to acquire the Kuakini project a couple of weeks ago. And the project sits just to the southeast of our Ulysses gold project. We're in a great location. The projects are situated in the eastern goldfields of Western Australia. We're 30 kilometres south of Leonora and 200 kilometres north of Kalgoorlie. Importantly, we're in an area of world-class mining infrastructure. And more important than that, the projects actually cover highly prospective rocks from a geological point of view. So this acquisition puts us on a firm path towards getting into production in the near term. And by that, we'll be building a standalone mine and processing facility at Ulysses. The acquisition came with 414,000 ounces of JORC compliant resources, which brings our total resource base to nearly 1.3 million ounces. And that resource base will be what underpins our feasibility work going forward. The acquisition cost $13.5 million, which came in at about $33 per resource ounce, which is excellent, but it will prove even better as time goes by with our discoveries that I'm sure we'll have. A quick corporate overview. So we're currently in the middle of a $19.5 million capital raising. We've completed a $10 million placement as part of that raising, and that was done at 4.2 cents per share. We're now completing an entitlement offer, which will be completed next Monday, and that's at 4.2 cents a share as well, giving us a total of $19.5 million. And we'll use that to aggressively drill and complete the feasibility work that we have planned. So I've got a really strong board and management team to take us forward with our objective of getting into mining in the near term. So this acquisition, it consolidates a key bit of the structural corridor that hosts most of the gold mineralisation in the district. The red area you can see there on the slide, that's our Ulysses project. The orange area you can see above Ulysses is the Desdemona South joint venture area. That the Desdemona South joint venture is looking for early stage new discoveries. The light blue area you can see there are the Kuakini tenements. So what we'll be doing, we've got plenty of drilling ongoing, commencing in about a week and a half's time. Initial drilling will be confirming and upgrading the resources that we've acquired. We'll then look to expand and extend those resources at depth and along strike. And at the same time, we'll also be completing regional exploration, looking for new discoveries. So as I mentioned, a feasibility study has commenced, and that is to build a standalone processing and mining operation at Ulysses, based on both underground and open pit ore sources. So one thing that's happened with this consolidation of this project is that we've now got it all under one company's name, which has never happened before in the district, which is really exciting for us. Looking at it now in a bit more detail, the Admiral Clark Butterfly Orient Well area, you can see there, they're located in part of the regional structural corridor that controls gold mineralisation in the district. On the left-hand side, the figure on the left-hand side, the yellow corridor you can see there that comes down from Leonora in the top part of the slide, down to Ulysses, and then swings around and runs east-west across the bottom of the slide and out the bottom. That's the regional structural corridor that controls gold mineralisation in the district. And that's shown clearly there. We've got a 15-kilometre long zone highlighted on the right-hand side there that shows the most important part of this corridor. What we have, the same structures and rock types that host the Ulysses deposit, also run across this whole belt here. So as I mentioned, we'll be drilling at Admiral Clark, Butterfly and Orient Well. to upgrade and confirm those resources initially and expand them. One thing to note is that at the Ulysses deposit itself, when we picked it up in late 2015, we had a resource base of about 125,000 ounces, and the depth of drilling was in the range of 70 to 90 metres below surface. Mining last took place at Ulysses at the time of acquiring it in 2002. It's the exact same situation at Admiral Clark, Butterfly and Orient Well. Most of the drilling and mining took place in the mid-1990s to the early 2000s. So what we see here, what we can do is take our knowledge from Ulysses and apply it across this whole belt of rocks, this whole 15 kilometres of strike. So we're really excited about taking our geological knowledge, our geological IP, and applying it to these new deposits. And we expect some serious upgrading and expanding of these resources based on our knowledge. Another thing that was very important in this acquisition was acquiring a bore field. So now I've got the capacity there to to use in a treatment plant, which we didn't have before, and it's very important. Just touching on Ulysses, so Ulysses got a resource of 867,000 ounces at the moment, and importantly we've got a high-grade component of 695,000 ounces. This is a large mineralised system, stretches over 1.5 kilometres of strike, and we've taken it down dip about 750 metres at the moment, and it is still open. So all the mine study work we've done over the past 6 to 9 months, we will bring that into the feasibility study and utilise it there. Looking at Admiral Clark and Butterfly in a bit of detail now. So this area is 4 kilometres to the east of Ulysses. Again, this is a large mineralised system, stretches over about 1.8 kilometres of strike. The combined resource base in this area is 246,000 ounces, very shallow open pittable resources. So we have 4 structures that we'll target here, which have clearly been defined already, but we believe there's a number of other structures that we'll identify as time goes by. On this slide, in the plan view up on the top right-hand corner, we're looking at the density of drilling and the current resources we have. Historic drilling's been on 20 by 20 metre spacings, and we're very happy with the quality of the drilling, but we just need to do a little bit more work on it over the next month to 6 weeks just to confirm some of the interpretations. As with Ulysses, when we acquired this project, we acquired Ulysses, this is the same situation. You can see on the bottom right-hand side of the slide here, Admiral Clark and Butterfly, there's a long section there that demonstrate that the depth of drilling is about 100 metres below surface at the moment. It's wide open to expand at depth and along strike. Looking now at Orient Well in a bit more detail, Orient Well was mined in the middle of the 1990s, and since that time there's been no more mining, no more drilling. It's just really sat there dormant for a number of years. We currently have a resource of 61,000 ounces that we've estimated there. Again, this is a large mineralised system stretching over 1.8 kilometres of strike. In the resource that we've estimated in the top northwest corner of the deposit, you can see a couple of sections there on the right-hand side of the slide. So really good mineralisation there, sitting just beneath the existing open pit. And that will form part of our feasibility study going forward. So again, it's the same situation with Orient Well. We'll do confirmation drilling in our current resource estimates, and then we'll start to expand that drilling. We have really high hopes for Orient Well to bring in a large resource, a large shallow resource that we believe will be open pittable. It is completely open at depth. The depth of drilling here is about 100 metres below surface. So while we're doing lots of work over the coming months and on expanding and confirming our existing resource base, we're also doing drilling looking for new discoveries. We have over 40 kilometres of strike to drill test, which is pretty exciting for us. We've got both near mine and regional exploration targets. So we've got a real pipeline of targets to work up. So we'll have plenty of news flow from that drilling as well over the coming months. So as I mentioned, we've got a feasibility study that's commenced and is ongoing, and we're looking to complete that by the March quarter of 2021. So a lot of the work that we've already done on mining our Ulysses deposit will feed into this feasibility study. And all that drilling I've been talking about over the past couple of slides, that will form the open pit part of the feasibility study. So in summary, the path forward over the next 9 months, plenty of drilling happening, confirmation drilling to start with, then extensional drilling, exploration drilling, and then we'll update the resources towards the end of the year. Feasibility work will be ongoing for that entire time. We've already got approvals to mine at the Ulysses deposit itself, and we don't see any issues with getting full approvals to build a treatment plant on site at Ulysses. So our objective is to be in production in the first half of 2022. So the key takeaways for Genesis: look, the acquisition has put us on a firm growth path to establishing a significant new standalone mine at Ulysses, which is very exciting for us. There's plenty of drilling that will be ongoing over the next 6 to 9 months, and we'll have plenty of news flow from that work. And as I said, we're looking to complete our feasibility study in the first quarter of 2021, and at that point we'll make a decision on how quickly we'll get into production. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Mike. A couple of questions that have come in. One investor has asked us, when do you start drilling Kuakini?
We'll start drilling Kuakini in about a week and a half, when the first drill rig will arrive on site, and that work will be completed at Admiral, Butterfly and Clark initially.
And we've also been asked, are there other consolidation opportunities in the area?
There's always further consolidation opportunities in the area. We've pretty much got our hands full at the moment, but we'll never say no to an opportunity if it comes up.
And finally, how quickly do you think you could be in production?
Well, our objective is to be in production in the first half of 2022.